Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be spilling all the Shake Shack interview questions for you guys so that you can pass the interview. I'm going to be telling you guys the questions they asked me in the interview, the answers I gave, and what you need to bring to the interview. So grab a milkshake and a burger, and let's get started. So if you guys are watching this video, I'm assuming that you're trying to get a job at Shake Shack, or you're trying to get a job in general. Well, I already have Home Depot videos up for the interview process, how it is to work there, and basically my full experience and why I quit. So go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'm also going to be coming up with a series on Shake Shack and Olive Garden. Alright, I'm not going to keep blabbering and being a chicken, so let's get on with this video. See what I did there? Chicken, burger, you know, they sell chicken burgers at Shake Shack. Oh, okay, I know, not funny. Let's just get on with the video, sorry. Alright, so first let's start off with how I applied. So you apply online either through their website or through Indeed. So you're going to fill out their little questionnaire. It's going to talk about your previous job experience, what you're good at, what you've accomplished, just general things about yourself for them to get to know you, you know? Another thing about Shake Shack that is actually different from Home Depot is that you're gonna wanna bring a resume or submit it online, which there should be an option to submit it online. But if you don't submit online, get that resume ready and bring it in, and you'll probably be given an interview on the spot, like me. And for those of you who have not written a resume before, you don't know how to get started, or you're just like, what am I supposed to add in a resume? Check the description below, and I'm gonna provide the format that I used and showing you guys my resume. Don't worry, I was in the same boat. So guess what? I got you guys covered. All right, the second thing that you wanna bring is you're gonna need 2 forms of ID. Not one, you're gonna need 2. So here's a list of IDs you can bring that they're gonna accept, but if you bring a passport, they will accept just the passport. That counts as both your forms of ID, and you don't need to bring in a separate one. Alright, so that's basically all you need to bring to the interview. They're gonna give you a uniform once you get hired, so you don't need to worry about that. So now let's dive into the questions they asked me. Question number 1. What school or university do you go to, and what are you majoring in? So this was my first job working when I was already 18 and I had committed to college. So I told them the university I was going to and what I was majoring in. If you don't know what you're majoring, you can just say undeclared, but I'm thinking of majoring in this. So just let them know in the ballpark what you're planning on doing and where you're planning on going. Now, if you're not going to university yet, just tell them you're still in high school. Talk to them about what you might have plans for after high school. All right, the second question that they asked about is achievements. What are your achievements? What have you accomplished? What are you proud of? So in the resume I submitted, it was already listed there, all of my achievements, as you can see in the description. So if you played a sport, you can talk about, yeah, I played soccer for these many years, or I played softball for these many years, or if you opened a club in high school, if you won a competition. So basically overall talking about everything you've achieved in your life and that you're proud of. All right, question number 3. Previous job experience. In this case, I had worked a previous job, Home Depot. This was my second job, so I did have previous job experience since I worked at Home Depot, so I was able to talk about how I had to help customers, how I handled being the cashier there. Basically, my overall work experience there. The fourth question they asked is, when a team member in your previous job wasn't cooperating or wasn't doing their duties, then how did you help alleviate that situation? So I talked about in Home Depot, we weren't allowed to be on our phones. We had to be standing on our feet, attending to customers. Even if there was nobody ready to check out, we had to ask people like, are you ready to check out? Are you ready to, you're looking for something? So when people aren't doing their job and there's lots of people in need, it makes it difficult for the limited staff to attend to all the customers, right? We called a manager, to help us fix that problem, to help assist all the people checking out who also had questions, who didn't know where things were, just to keep customers satisfied, because that was our goal. Working there, we want to keep customers satisfied. All right, question number 5. How did you create team effort when somebody wasn't cooperating? How did you change that team member's mentality? So when I was working as a cashier in Home Depot, there's people ready to check out, right? So sometimes there's a lot of people and it's kind of overwhelming. And it's even overwhelming when your team members aren't helping you out. So I remember when I was scanning a lot of customers one day, and my team member was just telling customers, yep, you can go to her, yep, you can go to her. And the customers were just lining up, and I couldn't take it, you know, it was hard mentally. So I said, hey, do you mind taking these customers? And that kind of showed him or her, and as team members, we're here to help each other. So that's how I battled that problem. All right, question number 6. Tell me about yourself. Like what? I like doing makeup, I like dressing up, and I like to make money. Well, that's not what they want to know. They want to know things that you put on your resume, but I would so rather tell them on how to like put eyelashes on. So basically when they say, tell me about yourself, you can talk about your achievements, previous job experience, you can tell them something unique about you. Any of your hobbies, tell them about your hobbies, tell them about what sports you play, tell them about your personality, tell them what kind of person you are. Are you outgoing? Do you like talking to people? Do you like helping people? All right, question 7. Tell me a time when you took it upon yourself to learn something new. When was a time that you just sat down and you're like, I'm gonna learn something new. I'm gonna learn how to paint. I'm gonna learn how to write poetry. I'm gonna learn how to play soccer. You talk about something that you learned new and you hadn't known before, and you just sat and you were just like, I am going to learn this today because I feel like it. And then just explain how that experience was like to you, how it impacted you, and how it helped you grow as a person. All right, question 8 and last question. They asked, what skills do you have that are beneficial to this specific job? So first you want to know what Shake Shack is. It's a burger, fries, milkshake company where you're making milkshakes, you're cooking burgers, you are making fries, you could be a cashier, you know, any of those stations. So you want to talk about what skills you have that you can bring there. So for cashier, for example, I had worked as a cashier at Home Depot, right? So I can take those skills and implement them here at my job at Shake Shack. Or if you love their food, then you can say, well, I love food, I love cooking, therefore I can make and eat food. And then the closing statement, they ask you if you have any questions. If you have any questions, you can ask them, for example, about the pay, working hours, minimum, maximum, any of those things. What I gathered from working at Shake Shack is that they like outgoing people, they like happy people, they like people who are there to help, they want to help, and they feel satisfaction when they help other people. They paid me $14 an hour, so compared to Home Depot, which was $11.50, was really good for me, which is one of the reasons that I joined. And then the last thing you need to know, which if you get hired, uniform is black pants, and then they give you the shirt and the headband or the hat. Make sure you're wearing non-slip shoes because the floors do get really, really slippery. I'm going to be elaborating in depth in my upcoming videos on my experience of working at Shake Shack, the cleanliness, how the people were they nice, were they friendly, and the big thing, why I quit after only 2 weeks. So let me tell you, before you get those videos, you're gonna need to pop some Advil. Before you go work there, you're gonna need to pop some Advil because, man, you're gonna get headaches. Just kidding, no, you're not, or maybe you will, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna leave you guys at that, and before I say anything else bad or good about Shake Shack, I will leave you guys, have a good rest of your day, and stay tuned for the next few videos.